Hey everyone, this is Sky here. I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about Scorpio season and how we are coming to embrace ourselves much more and feel connected to who we are and rediscover that once more in Scorpio season of 2019. Tomorrow I will be having a video about a mercurial solar eclipse we will be having on November 11th, an incredible 11/11 transit that is going to really change the game for a lot of us. So that's going to be going up tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Central Time, I believe is the time zone. But make sure to hit that subscribe button with the notifications on so you can see that, because I'm really excited to bring you guys this video about what Mercury is doing. Basically, Mercury is going to come and it's not a traditional solar eclipse. The moon is not going to be creating a solar eclipse, but Mercury is basically going to do what the moon would do during a solar eclipse, and it's going to come right in front of the sun. And of course, we won't see that as we would a traditional solar eclipse, but it's a similar energy, and I think that it's really going to change the game for us. That's all that I can think of. So yeah, that video will be going up at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow on Friday. That would be November the 8th. So be sure to stay tuned. I can't wait for you guys to see it. But anyway, I've just been kind of in creative space and thinking about Scorpio season and thinking about how we can come through this time with a lot more tranquility, prosperity, health, enjoyment of life, all of these things. Because Scorpio season at the root of it all is about the truth. This is what I think of when I think of Scorpio energy. I think of honesty. I think of what is beneath, all of the grandeur, beneath all of the motivations, beneath all of the ego as well. Scorpio season is about connecting with source. It's about connecting with what is beneath, which sounds really good in thought, but sometimes it is not the easiest thing, and sometimes it is not the cleanest thing either. I feel that Scorpio energy is a purifying energy, and it seeks to really clean our energetic receptors. It seeks to really clean up our lives through making the toxins and the poisons and the things which are harmful to us very obvious. So one of the most incredible things that I've seen about this particular Scorpio season in 2019 is that there's not a lot of contradicting the vulnerable truth. So, fogging up somebody from your past as being really good for you when they were quite negative in your life is not so possible anymore. There are wake-up calls this Scorpio season, and there will be until around November 22nd at least. Because something that is quite intensifying for this Scorpio season is the fact that we have Mercury retrograde in Scorpio during this Scorpio season. And beyond that, over the last 5 years since 2015, we've had every single inner planet and middle planet retrograde in Scorpio. We've had Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn all retrograde in Scorpio over the last 5 years, which I cannot begin to articulate how rare this is in astrology, to have so many planets, especially the middle planets, retrograde in the same sign over a duration of 5 years. Something like this might happen over a duration of 40 years, 50 years. You might see this type of pattern, but the entire paradigm of our lives have been very shaped and very altered by Scorpio energy over the last 5 years. And, Scorpio energy in what may seem like not its best form. Again, when we have retrogrades in a sign, we see the energy of that sign in its lower vibration. But we also see, looking into it to see the motivation for that, and being able to see also the beauty within that sting, because that is what Scorpio is all about. Scorpio on one hand does represent venom, it represents poison, but it also is like the cure to cancer within that as well. We find the cures to some of the worst diseases within some of the most potent, lethal substances. So the substance of your life is a big thing when in any Scorpio season, but especially in this one. Introducing more symmetry into your life, introducing more routine. I mean, a lot of people think that Scorpio is this like bright, shining, overwhelming, overbearing type of energy. It can be channeled through like that, but at its root, it is more of a simple energy. It is more of a null sometimes, actually, a non-existent null type of energy that does not really exist in the plane of other people. So yeah, Scorpio people can be a little bit hard to locate right now. And, if you do have a Scorpio in your life, you're rare. And for those of you who are Scorpios out there, could it maybe be time to start introducing yourself to new people, or especially after November 21st, to open up the gates a little bit more to trustworthy individuals? I feel that Scorpios are maybe just a little bit secluded right now, which isn't so bad, but hopefully with this last retrograde in your sign for a long time, I don't know when the next planet will go retrograde in Scorpio, but it will be a long time from now. We will not really have Scorpio retrograde energy for a while, because there's been so many in the last 5 years. So here is a potent time to be free, okay? To free yourself of the shackles, to be allowing yourself to leave behind whatever's holding you from the past. So yeah, the past is a big part of Scorpio season as well. The past is a big part of coping here, with the intention of setting you free, with the intention of freedom and self-engineered liberty at a spiritual level. If you could be sleeping now and thinking that you're free versus thinking that you're tied up to some person from the past, to some person who really hurt you, there's a really, really strong reward for honing your freedom and for seeing that you've had the power all along to do so. I've also found that kindness is a form of kryptonite during this Scorpio season. So even if people might be coming back in and might be quite mean or quite deluded in their mindset, there's a kindness that you can have that is true. So it's not a fake kindness, it is a real kindness. And by facing it with that, you can almost unravel the shackles, or unravel the binding energy between you and maybe a person who's really pulling you down. So treating the world with kindness right now is very rewarding, but also it either needs to be kind or it doesn't need to be set up in the first place. So we don't need to be having mean confrontations with people. It's not really a time to go to someone and tell them you ruined my life, you're a villain in this way, you are a problem in this way. That won't solve much for the person who tries that, but it will solve things for the person who's on the other end of it. So someone who is confronted at this time and called a villain or called a problematic person will be able to become free of that, and will be able to become through their own toils and their own pain within the situation, to finally let go and to finally move on. So being able to move on in this Scorpio season is also a magic point, and also a just a white light for everyone here. Being able to move on, being unburdened by the past, being unshackled, as this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio has been all about communicating to the individual where the complex and knot of pain exists, and it's like we're undoing a knot. That's the image that I get in this Scorpio season, is the painstaking, diligent, dexterous undoing of a difficult knot, and then the release of tension. So a great time for deep tissue massage, a great time for yoga, for working out the knots in the body as well, and donating too. Donating blood could be great for some very healthy people. Donating clothes that you don't wear anymore. Donating money for some people. Donating shoes even. Like shoes is an interesting thing, as we have a Pisces thing right now too. So the feet and what we wear on our feet is a weird kind of spiritual implicator too right now. So maybe if you could donate shoes that you don't wear anymore, or something like that, so that people can maybe walk in your shoes. And whether that we're talking proverbially or realistically, people might walk in your shoes now. So you might see that you're walking in the shoes of somebody else, and that you're seeing someone else's experience, and also that other people are walking in your shoes. So there is a strong connecting tie right now energetically to seeing things from other people's perspectives, and to seeing the truth of other people, right? So above all of this, what is Scorpio season about? It is about seeing that you can, seeing that you can move on, move out, move up, detach, disconnect, grow through the truth. It's the allowance of movement. It's the allowance of mobility. So this is also very subtle, and no, this isn't about, as I said in my recent video yesterday about the last lessons of Jupiter and Sagittarius, this time is so unreal, okay? Because as we move into 2020, it gets very real. As Jupiter moves into Capricorn, it will activate the Saturn and Pluto and Uranus in Capricorn and Taurus. It will activate that to really be full head-on in our lives. But Jupiter and Sagittarius, Neptune and Pisces, they're more front and center right now. So this time has really become the internal, has become the dream, has become the lessons and the philosophy, and the tying up of loose ends as well. So Scorpio season, let it click. Let things be understood. Accepting the death of other people, or accepting, and I'm not talking physical death, I'm talking about the changes of other people. So people's personalities will sometimes die, and they will reforge anew. So we have a really bad habit in humanity right now of seeing someone in a position that we want to elect for them. So especially in relationships that we've had for a long time, we see someone in a certain personality, and that becomes the static, solid personality that they have forever in our eyes, when in reality they may be shifting a lot and they may no longer be that personality type. We will confine them to that in our mind. So if somebody has changed around you, and you might not really know that you're still holding them to an old level of accountability, really empowering to move on from that, and to accept that sometimes people change, and to accept that sometimes people are, not just available for others, okay? Everybody has autonomy. Everybody has freedom right now. And something that is sad is to see others try to manipulate that, or take that from other people, or wield that, or control that. That's why, as at the individual level, if there is something wrong there, we have to be able to move up and out. We have to dip. One of the most empowering things that I've been talking about lately is dipping out of things that aren't working anymore. Sometimes we have to leave something behind. So if there was something you needed to leave behind, this Scorpio season is a good time, because by the second quarter of 2020, and also 2020 videos will be coming in December, so hit that subscribe button if you want to see your 2020 year aheads when they come out. But 2020, starting in about the second quarter, is where things start to get sustained, and where things start to be less mobile and less movable. It becomes more static, So right now is a good time to make the change if you need to, or to plan the change. That's okay too if it's not quite possible yet. I don't want you to be discouraged. Let me know in the comments below what this Scorpio season has been for you, and if you have any feedback or insights about what you've seen navigating through this season, as I would love to hear. And this has kind of just been an impromptu channeling, and just a retelling of my own experience of this Scorpio season. Closure is here, but see through it. That's what we're going to be talking about a lot tomorrow, is the mercurial solar eclipse that happens tomorrow is very connected to closure, and very connected to moving on and moving forward, and everything that is inside of that. So I hope to see you guys there tomorrow. I'm so excited to talk more about it, and thank you so much for being here. If you're new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know how it resonated for you. I love being here, and I love talking about some of the subtleties of life, some of the deeper energies within our human condition. It's very enjoyable for me to kind of chat about. So again, good luck moving through Scorpio season. Hone your power, hone your ability, and don't succumb to toxic people, or people who want to take that away from you. Hold your power, and hold your kindness as well. Thanks everyone. Good luck with this. We'll be talking soon. Bye.